Studios. ESPN 95.3.
It's a beautiful morning. Rise and shine.
You and your precious morning routine.
Routine. I like routine. Morning, hon. Shut up.
This is how I start my day.
And coffee?
Yeah, had some coffee.
It throws off my whole day, starting with my morning talk.
Folgers is mountain-grown coffee, and the rich aroma of mountain-grown beans makes Folgers one coffee made with the morning in mind.
I wish I could tell you how I feel about a morning like this. And you say, Lordy, I hope everybody in the world feels as good as I do this morning. Why don't you get some Jimmy Dean sausage and get yourself a large chunk of that good morning feeling.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. Produced by Colton Little with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is The Morning Rush.
I know we have a lot of routines that we abide by and stick to. Maybe some have changed since you started 2026. We appreciate you making a part of your morning each and every day here on The Morning Rush. Tommy, you're in Hot Springs this morning.
Yes,
You've
sir.
had a routine for a while now since the start of the year. Did you go work out this morning? Did you do it despite not being a part of or with the comrades?
No.
I'm disappointed.
No, it's Friday. No.
What do you mean it's Friday?
Well, let me tell you something. I had a game last night that went to triple overtime, so I got my steps in last night. So
Okay.
I got it done. Yes, I did my workout. It was last night.
So you worked out yesterday morning and last night.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
We'll live with
Hey,
that
look
since
here.
you got two workouts. Still, what were you saying was like one of the longest games in high school history?
No, I was told by the SID after the game that we had triple overtime last night at Henderson State, that it tied the
Okay.
conference record for overtime.
Triple
I don't
overtime.
know I don't
That's
know if
it.
that's right or not. So, yeah, did I get my steps in? Yes, I got my steps
Do you
in
wear a
yesterday.
watch when you're on the court or no?
I
that
have,
calculates?
yes. Yeah, I do. I've got an Apple Watch, and I bought one of those bands where I can I put it around my leg because the band's not big enough around my bicep. My bicep's too big. So
Bulging?
you believe that?
No, not
Yeah.
for a second.
I want
But
to get a double extra large for the bicep band, but so it goes around my, it'll fit around my thigh, but not my leg. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I do calculate those steps. Yes.
Okay.
About 4 to 5 miles a night.
Okay, that was my next question. How much do you actually get in? Well, I've got this new concoction that I tried for the first time this morning. That's going to be my 2026 new routine. You ready to hear it?
Yeah.
It's got protein, coffee, ice, cinnamon, and honey. The issue with that is the combination. Like coffee, we know makes you do what? Brandon,
Well,
what'd you
makes
say?
you the old number 2, right?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And protein.
Gets the plumbing going.
Protein, yeah, that's a good way to say it. Protein apparently does that as well. That is the only issue with this drink. It tastes good. It's good for me. I don't eat breakfast. Kind of a breakfast replacement of sorts.
It's not.
That's the only issue. Is the combination is like deadly when it comes to the bowel movement of sorts. That's the only issue with
And
this
we,
new
and
drink.
we know because we discuss it a lot when you're not around. You are full of it. So I mean, more coffee for you. So yeah, what a start, Brant. I don't know. I don't know how anybody's. Did you think you signed up for this with the fence man to deal with this? So
It's great. I love coming here on Fridays.
all right, Football Friday, Bowel Movement Friday, whatever Ty's got going on here. It's brought to you by QC Kinetix, probably for the last time ever. QC Kinetix can get you out of that pain. I don't know about you, but I know I've got like golfer's elbow. I may have to go see him over there. It's not full-blown arthritis. It's not tennis elbow. It's on the inside, and it's on both sides. So I've got a little joint pain going on right now, and if the cure is to not play golf, I'm out. So I'm gonna need some help with that. But if you're living with pain here to start 26, anyone else struggling still writing 2025 or saying it, or am I the only one still at this point? Make the decision to live this year pain-free with QC Kinetix, the nation's leader regenerative medicine, joint preservation, no steroids, no drugs, no surgery, no downtime with QC Kinetix. 479-999-1234 is their number. They're right here in Northwest Arkansas. We will tell you more throughout the morning. It's Fast Break Friday, brought to you by QC Kinetix.
I think what's caused me to not have that issue yet is I print out a sheet that says 2026 on it every morning, so it's ingrained in my brain basically since I'm up from the rest of the day. So I haven't had that issue yet. Hopefully that's not something I go back and do, because that is kind of annoying especially when you're filling out a document that is of importance of whatever sort, and then you realize I wrote the wrong date, I might have to cross it out, or I'm going to have to do it all over again. That's kind of annoying.
It's usually writing checks, but nobody writes checks anymore. So,
did you gamble this morning? Did you go throw 100 on the Hurricanes? Or I know we're going to get into our picks coming up. Did you go to Oaklawn and go to the sports book real quick?
No. No, I haven't been down the road. They're just down the road from where I'm at here at our 96.3 facilities in Hot Springs. But I know, I know a lot of people are jacked up for this game on Monday night, and I hadn't talked to anyone yet that thinks Miami's going to win the game. So it kind of makes me believe of everything. Everybody's going one way. Let's go the other, because Indiana seems to be the darling.
Well, on the subject of gambling, there's this now crazy thing going on in college sports. Have you seen the college basketball story? I was reading it on CBS News. Have you seen any of this, Tommy?
Oh, we talking about the point shaving?
Yes.
Story? Yeah, I've seen it, and I don't. This is just the tip of the iceberg, I'm afraid. These are the games. These are the incidents they know about. And so we've got a lot of people and a number of players caught up in what I feared and knew was going to come, and that's the integrity of the game being questioned.
Yeah, and you know what it kind of reminded me of when I was reading this story? You've seen The Longest Yard, the new one, right? The new one with Adam Sandler. I still haven't seen the old one, but like
new one that's 15 years old. Yeah, I've seen it.
It's 20 years old. It's 21 years old.
Is it 20?
You could have robbed banks. You could have sold crack. You could have stole your grandmama's pension, and nobody would have cared. But shaving points up a football game, that's just un-American.
Look, I'm sure you already know this, but I never said it out loud. I did throw that game. I did it. I was in a bad way with some worse people. After I did it, I felt so I would have just let them kill me instead.
This is the opening drive.
So maybe you're just hearing about it this morning. Maybe you have an idea. But this is from CBS News. College basketball players among 26 charged by the FBI in connection with point shaving and fixing the outcome of games from September of 22 to February of 2025. Tommy, I share the same kind of thought process you do. I think this might be the start of what are many reports about this. I was hoping, luckily, Arkansas is nowhere to be found on this list, and hopefully it stays that way. When you look at different, there is some Arkansas connections, though. This guy was a legend.
He still is.
At Arkansas, in the eyes of people my age. His name, he goes by Big Rod. Roderick Winkler. He's iconic for the picture after the Michael Qualls dunk my freshman year of him, and was it Andrew or Aaron Harrison?
It was one of the Harrison twins.
One of the Harrison
I don't
twins.
remember which one.
They're irrelevant, whichever. But Rod, after the game, is talking trash after Michael just dunked that basketball. He has an alleged role of fixing the games. Bribery in sports contests, conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Not exactly something you want to be accused of. There's also a player from Little Rock, Arian Simmons, that Abilene Christian. So while you don't have, thank goodness, an Arkansas connection at the U of A, you do have a couple connections when it pertains to the state of Arkansas.
Well, and when you go through this story, you wonder how deep this is going to go. And some of these, as I was reading, like Southland games, lower level Division I games,
Mm-hmm.
and I tell you what always gets these guys caught every time.
Greed,
because a normal average bet on a game like that, let's just say it's $100. Well, some buffoon goes in and bets $10,000 and sets off all the alarm bells. That's what always happens And you're not going to beat Vegas anyway, and it's not just Vegas anymore. It's people like Oakland, it's people like Bet Saracen, but they're all using advanced AI. There's companies out there that work and service the industry to keep this from happening, because you know who wants it to be fair and square and all above board more than anybody? It's the bookmakers. Mm-hmm. I mean, you think those are they're not the shady ones.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know that they're making a fair deal, because who stands more to lose than anyone? The house.
If gambling.
The house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, you're not going to beat these guys. They got more tools, more resources, and more pinky rings to put a knot on your forehead if you screw up. So,
Tommy, you basically just stole my thunder right there. I was going to tell Ty that's what I wanted to say, is essentially that's the biggest problem with this, is that people aren't smart when they gamble, and when they get inside information like that, they just go all in, and it's not an intelligent way to run your illegal activity.
Well, and there's so many. Here's the other thing. There's so many things you can gamble on. I don't remember all the particulars of the Alabama baseball coach. What was his name? Bohannon, I believe. And he got fired because he didn't gamble. Mm-hmm. He gave injury information to a friend who used that information to gamble. And he lost his job at the University of Alabama as their baseball coach because he gave. And who knows whether he did it with the intent for this guy to profit, but what did this guy do? Instead of betting $100, he bet $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
He bet
set off all the alarm bells, all of them. So, I mean, everything is digitally tracked, because where do you gamble now, Colton?
Right on your phone.
How do you gamble? With your phone, on the Bet Saracen or the Oakland app or any of these things, so is there a digital footprint when you do that? Well, of course there is. You're not going to outsmart these people. You may get away with it once if you have access. You may get away with it twice. But you're not going to keep doing this, because no one's going to bet certain player props and certain things and hit every time unless they know something. Even if you're smart enough to bet a normal amount, they're going to get you eventually.
One of the funniest things I saw about this was that some of the teams were actually so bad at basketball, they were struggling to even throw the games. They were so bad they couldn't even point shade. Southern Miss basketball was literally stated as, these guys are so bad they couldn't even point shade
bribes
correctly.
Could range anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 according to this report from CBS. So I think about my thought was initially what you said. This is not going to be the first story we see. Second, it's like, kids are making NIL now, so I would have thought that this might mitigate some of this stuff. I would have thought prior to, it's like when you didn't have an ability to make money, at least legally, that you might have seen more of this. But instead, I think it's also a cause and effect of legalizing gambling in many of the states. That makes sense, that people can profit more. But I thought there would have been an offset of sorts. Doesn't look like that's the case.
All right, that is the opening drive this morning. It's brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions. They've opened a location in Salisaw over a year ago, so if you need help in Oklahoma, Jackie's licensed there and set up, ready to go right across from the courthouse in Salisaw. So Sequoia, LaFleur counties, and the surrounding areas in Oklahoma, they can take care of you. All over Arkansas, Jackie has helped litigate cases, represent families in court, help businesses get contract issues done. If you've been wronged, she can help make it right with Mock Legal Solutions. 479-769-1505. They also understand big retainers don't work for everybody. Who does it work for? Nobody. Monthly down payments you can afford, flat fees you can understand. They're going to make it simple and affordable to get the right representation you need. That's Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505. Or read more about Jackie and their practice at mocklegalsolutions.com.
Ryan in Prairie Grove texted in here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, says if you're throwing $20,000 on Tarleton State, red flags should be going off for different players.
Exactly.
Before we get to our Fence Man Friday picks, which I want to put this out there. I would not trust our advice or our guesses on putting large sums on these games this weekend and beyond. Is that 1974 movie with Burt Reynolds? I know he's in the second one, but is the original Longest Yard good? Is it worth the time to watch?
It's fantastic.
Is it good? Brandon, have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
All right,
a lot of the dialogue really is
different. Yeah, it's a lot better than the
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 Adam Sandler
recreation.
one? Okay.
Oh,
All right.
much better.
Well, I'll go watch it at some point. All right. Are you ready for this weekend? We got national championship games. We got divisional games. We got a top 25, two top 25 matchups in the SEC this weekend. Florida and Vanderbilt and Arkansas at Georgia.
Yep.
Tommy, you said it before the show as we were talking about this weekend. Who would have thought that the toughest stretch that you've had in conference play thus far would be Georgia and Vanderbilt in back-to-back games?
Maybe the whole year this 2-game stretch might be. But these are big games, and heard Tom Hart on with Chuck and Bo earlier, talking about the computer models and what the basketball power index predicts. And Georgia and Vandy and Florida are the only 3 games that the computers think that the opponent's better than the Razorbacks. So here's a chance the next 2 games to prove the algorithms wrong.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our Fenceman Friday picks. First, a recap of how we fared last weekend, and then the upcoming games this weekend. Hoosiers are favored by 3.5.
I think Indiana's going to cover this. I think it's going to be fairly easy.
I do think that the Indiana Hoosiers cover and move on.
Give me the Ducks.
Packers at Bears. Bears 1-point home underdog.
Go with the Bears this week.
Go Bears.
I do think the Packers end up getting it done. Arkansas is a 1.5-point underdog.
Auburn is not ready for what Arkansas is about to bring down.
All right.
Give me the Hogs on
I
the
do
road
think-
by more than like 5.
And I think Arkansas falls to Auburn tomorrow night. All right, so those were our picks last week. We did okay. We got
miss a 1.
Yeah, you weren't here. We got 6 games this week. We'll start with the basketball game. Again, Razorbacks are a road dog tomorrow. Tommy, they're 2.5-point road dogs against the Georgia Bulldogs. What happens tomorrow?
2.5.
Yes.
I'm gonna homer up. Give me the Hogs.
Is it Stegman, Colton? Is it Stegman Coliseum? Am I
Yes.
remembering that right?
Yes.
I'm going to say that home team takes it. I think Arkansas, unfortunately, falls again on the road. I
hates
felt like
the
the
Hogs.
best way was them to get a split this week.
You're not going,
They got
are
a
you?
split.
Hey, are you
No,
going to be there?
I won't be there.
You're the kiss of death. I feel better about it already. Just you picking Georgia
Yeah.
makes me feel better.
I think I know they had an emotional loss this week. I think unfortunately Georgia bounces back. Arkansas's 3-2 heading into that game Tuesday night against Vandy. Brandon.
Woo pig, baby. Woo pig.
Yeah, that's right, Brandon. We're kicking tail. We're kicking tail tomorrow.
Yes,
afternoon.
sir.
All right, divisional games this weekend. National championship game first. Indiana, Miami. The line I saw as of this morning, the Bet Saracen app, was Miami as an 8.5-point dog. Tommy, I know they're playing at home. I think Indiana's going to overwhelm them as a fan base, and I think they beat them on the field. But I will take the Hurricanes to cover in this game Monday night.
Nothing I've seen so far leads me to believe Indiana's going to let anybody play them close. I think they're more than a touchdown better than everyone they faced so far. So give me Indiana. I'll give away the points. It's the Hoosiers' game to lose.
You know, I had the same thought, and then I'm going to pick Sean's pick on this one. He said Miami to cover and then win that one. So we're going to go with Miami.
Taking the boss's pick.
Boss's pick.
All
Smart
right,
one.
4 NFL divisional games this weekend. This might be the best one in Mile High. Josh Allen and Buffalo traveling to take on Bo Nix and the Broncos. Broncos are a 1-point home favorite, Tommy.
The Bills won on the road in a playoff game for the first time in like nearly 30 years last week. I don't think they can do it 2 in a row. I'll take the Broncos.
Josh Allen doesn't have to play Patrick Mahomes. Therefore, he is going to move on to the AFC Championship game. I've got the Bills, and then moving on.
Yeah, no, Denver's going to win by field goal. Walk off.
It'll be a great game. San Francisco against Seattle in the 12th man. This is a 7-point home favorite for Seattle, Tommy.
I'll take Seattle to win straight up at 49ers in the points. Close game, 49ers to cover.
I think losing Kittle, I don't think people realize how big of a loss that is. I'm going to take Seattle to cover and win come this weekend.
Yeah, I think San Fran will cover the points. Seattle get the win, but
D'Amico Ryans and the Houston Texans heading up to take on New England, and Hunter Henry, Drake May, and Mike Vrabel, who's one of the best coaches this season. Tommy, what happens is New England is a 3-point favorite?
Give me the Pats. Give me the Patriots.
I think the Patriots move on as well, and I think they win by 4 more points. So I'm taking the Pats too.
the Houston defense is real.
They can get
real.
Will Anderson. They can get to the quarterback.
Houston to win.
All right.
Houston to win.
Last game from the NFL slate this weekend, the Rams at the Bears, Soldier Field. The home team's the underdog. They are 3.5-point underdogs, Brandon. Who do you like?
Hard. That's hard.
I mean,
We'll
heck
go
of
with
a
the
game.
Bears.
I'm going to take the Bears as well. I said it after they got over their arch nemesis, Green Bay. I think that you're going to see Chicago in the Super Bowl, and they might win it all. I think they move on, Tommy. I've got Chicago winning.
I'm going to just go opposite just to do it. I'll take the Rams. I think the Bears expended a lot of emotion beating their rival in the Packers last week. They had the cheese grater hats on and all these things. And,
I'm buying one.
And I'm going to go with the Rams in this one.
Can you guys name the 2 Razorbacks that are on the Los Angeles Rams right now?
Nope.
Anyone?
Cam Curl.
Cam Curl.
Who's the
I
other
did
one?
know that one.
Anyone know the other one? The other one's it's going to be harder. Bo Limmer.
Okay.
2 Razorbacks that are on Los Angeles right now. All right, that's your Fence Man Friday picks, Tommy.
All right, Fence Man Friday picks brought to you by our buddy. Well, hey, lips aren't working. Wait, maybe I wasn't talking about you, Brandon. I was talking about me and Ty. That Fence Man Friday picks brought to you by the Fence Man 782-3936. Y'all hush. Fence Man always got it going on. Aluminum fencing.
Yes, sir.
That's still hot. I mean, thing I like, I look at some wood privacy fence I got. It's starting to rot and fade a little bit. You don't ever have to worry about it.
That's
with
true.
the Fence Man.
That's true. Yeah, give us a call. Right now, you got a winter discount going on. Call us now. You get a 10% discount throughout the winter. I think it's until next month. All of our salesmen will be happy to come out and look at everything for you.
A 10% discount?
Yes, sir.
That could save you $1,000 or more dollars.
Yeah, it could save you some
on
money.
A residential fence. Yeah.
Give us a call and get us scheduled in to see you and see what we can do for you.
All right, 782-3936. If you go to thefencemanAR.com, a lot of pictures. Your Facebook's covered up with them.
Yes, sir.
Y'all do everything. I mean, just saying you do residential fencing.
Yeah, and we got the home show coming next week too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. Brandon, enjoy the games this weekend.
Yes, sir. You too.
All right, we got our Hog update coming up. Anthony Black continues to amaze. Maybe had the dunk of the year in the NBA thus far. Darius Acuff, a part of some more watch lists. Also want to get into the best cities to watch college football. Nielsen's done the data for that. Some big SEC games this weekend, plus Brandon Baker, who hosts the podcast for the Field of 68, 40 Minutes of Hell, is going to join us to talk about this upcoming matchup with the Bulldogs, plus some other SEC news to get to as well. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open for you at 877-377-6963. Your Hog update here on a Fast Break Friday is coming up next.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
Steal by the Razorbacks, knocks to the other end, and a throwdown.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
You've been dreaming of that new workshop, horse barn, or extra storage space? Now let Sutherland's make it a reality. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. From deluxe post frame packages to custom horse sheds, we have it all. And the best part, you don't have to lift a finger. Our expert crews handle the entire installation. Quality you can trust and service that's been family owned since 1917. 4 stores in Arkansas: Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart. Visit Sutherland's.com or stop by your local store today for a free estimate. No matter the project, we're here to help, because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Nick, you were ridiculous. Give him a hit.
This is the Morning Rush.
2026 is looking bright at Rath Auto Resources. Celebrate by driving away in one of our road-ready certified pre-owned cars, reconditioned and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our award-winning customer service, non-commissioned sales team, and painless pricing, we take the hassle out of the car buying experience, so you can focus on more important things, like that new gym membership, quitting smoking, or that other thing. Ring in the new year with a new ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
Hungry for a deal? Blue Ember Smokehouse is firing up the pits with specials you can't resist all week long in 2026. Kick off the week with Nacho Monday, your choice of slow-smoked pork, chicken, turkey, or brisket piled high with all the fixins. Then keep the party going with Taco Tuesday. Grab brisket, pork, or chicken tacos starting at just $2.99. And that's just the start. Weekly specials can vary, so check your local Blue Ember for all the delicious deals we're serving up. Stop by and see us, or visit blueembersmokehouse.com. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Empowered. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo.
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart. No. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Come on, Pete.
Gage Wood, no hits him. Allen has a wide open man. It's Childs. He's loose. He scores. Childs, please.
Well, Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
ARKNSAS.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush.
Go Hog. Black on the track.
Look at the air candy.
You see right here, you said a freight train? Anthony Black on 4 defenders. Everybody got some.
I don't even know if that call does it justice what Anthony Black did against the Memphis Grizzlies the other night. When you get a moment, type in Anthony Black on whatever Facebook, YouTube, X, and watch him dunk on 4 guys. Tommy, have you seen this clip yet?
I have not seen that clip.
It's unbelievable. He gets on a fast break. I think Banchero rebounded it and tossed it up to him. Maybe he's quickly becoming the best Arkansas player in the league. That was Bobby's title for a while. I know Moses canned 7 threes, I think, last night. Thanks, Hog Wild, for texting that in. Jalen and Isaiah just won the NBA championship, of course. But I think Colton, is that a fair assessment that he's the best Arkansas Razorback in the league right now?
Right now, I think, especially this year, he's taken the biggest leap out of anybody, not only as an Arkansas Razorback in the NBA, but out of anybody in the NBA. He's gotten a lot better very, very fast. He's surpassed Paolo Banchero as the best player on the Orlando Magic, which you might remember him from that matchup with Duke in the Elite Eight. He's a player, too. So AB's getting better and better, and you don't just dunk on 4 guys. That's not something that happens every night in the NBA. So go watch that clip if you haven't seen it. He is quickly becoming one of the better players in the NBA.
Likes coming back to Fayetteville, and also keep an eye on his younger brother, Beckham, who plays at Indiana Prep, and he's in Arkansas is after, I think it's a 2027 kid. Saw Cal was in the Springfield area last season. Jordan Smith, I think that's the kid he was looking at.
Who's making his decision very soon.
Yeah, he's got Arkansas in his top 4, so something to keep an eye on if you're a Razorback basketball fan.
Well, and I was just real quick on Pro Hogs. We're talking about. I was listening late coming to the hotel last night, and Golden State had just played, and they had Moses Moody on as their post-game guest. He had 17 in their win last night, so he was one of the stars of the game last night for Golden State.
Yeah, Hogwild said he hit 7. I haven't looked up the stat. I'm trusting Hogwild on that. He said he hit 7 triples. So yeah, Moses he's really developed since he initially came in as a rookie, and has really become a huge part of that organization with Steph Curry and company. As far as the game tomorrow goes, Georgia, again, tough loss earlier this week to Ole Miss, one of the 2 top 25 matchups in the SEC, Florida and Vanderbilt in Nashville, and then Arkansas and Georgia in Athens. Here's Cal and the Bulldogs.
Georgia's the leading scoring team in the country. They press the game. They scramble the game up. They run people at the ball. They're really a good team. They're big. They rebound. It's going to be a really hard game for us.
I'm excited to see. I hope I'm wrong about this game tomorrow. You're 3-1 right now, Tommy. Chance to continue to hold on to at least a tie of first place in the SEC. And you had mentioned this earlier, Tom Hart, according to the analytics, you said, what was it, Florida? Name those 3 schools again.
Yeah, I was just listening to him talk with Chuck and Bo this morning. Florida, Vanderbilt, and Georgia were the only 3, and some of that's based on the fact that you're playing Georgia on the road. You have to play Florida on the road. As of right now, the computer models, if I heard the way Tom explained it right, those are the only 3 occurrences right now in SEC play. You're not favored by the computers. So, chance to go on the road and prove the algorithms wrong tomorrow at Athens.
Prove those stupid computers wrong. All right, that's going to do it for your Hog Update this morning.
All right, that's your Hog Update, and it is brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300 is their number. Top quality aggregates, including everything you might need from ready-mix concrete to asphalt, rock, sand, gravel, and more. They are the experts when it comes to ready-mix concrete. Whether it's a small residential project or a large-scale commercial job, APAC has got you covered. No job's too big. No job's too small, so they are flexible for whatever your needs are, and their construction consultant services always ensure you're always on the right track with your project. 479-587-3300 for your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300.
It's National Fig Newton Day. That was my late grandpa Bob Franklin's favorite golf food, along with his golf crackers. When is the last time you have had a Fig Newton? I think it's been at least a decade.
Those go in the
for
trash.
Me.
Yeah,
wow,
they're terrible.
Neither of you like them?
No.
Wow.
Awful.
Okay, we're gonna have a little controversy because that's a fan favorite of Larry Rath who joins us. Larry, why do these guys not like Fig Newtons, man?
I can't even imagine. I don't know. Everybody likes Fig Newtons.
Wow.
I mean, they're good. They got their little seeds in them. You know, they're good and they're good for you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised. Tommy, come on, man.
You can just eat figs then. I'll just eat the fig.
Ugh.
That's Newton. It's old Newton I got a problem with.
I know. And the name, kind of weird. But anyway, I like them, yeah.
Well, Larry, you like Fig Newtons. You also like saving people money. People are starting to get their tax refunds here these next few months, and that road-ready certified vehicle you're going to find at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi, that's a great way to invest that money, man.
It really is, and we've been stocking up all winter. We've got the best inventory we've ever had, and I mean that. I mean, I've done this a long time. We've got the best inventory, particularly under $30,000. under $20,000. Just a couple of hundred vehicles ready to go, road ready certified. They've already been hand picked. They've been run through our reconditioning process in our own Meineke Car Care Centers, and they're covered by comprehensive warranty. So a lot of folks think, I'll get that tax money, I'll go buy a cheap used car. That's a great idea. Make sure you get a great car. Make sure you get great financing. Don't settle for anything less than the very best. And that's Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, and Road Ready certified premium pre-owned cars. You just can't do better. We got a bunch of them, folks. Think of us when you're thinking about using that tax money to get a car. Get the one that's going to serve you the best, and get that great service after the sale in the Meineke Car Care Centers as well. So nobody does it better. We would love a chance to earn your business this tax season. Bring your tax refund to us. We'll get you driving better. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, or check us out online, rathauto.com.
The Fig Newton man, Larry Rath,
Fig
Rath
Newton.
Auto Resources.
I'm for them, man.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll stock up on them, Larry, like you are with the vehicles. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Folks, come and see us.
Tommy, do you have something you wanted to add? You look like you're getting ready for something. Nope. All right. We got a lot to get to here. Morning Rush Daily Question coming up in just a bit. We're going to get to that. I've also got guests coming up here at the 10 o'clock hour as we welcome in Brandon Baker, who makes his inaugural appearance on the Morning Rush. Stay with us. ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com, and the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Whether you're fishing for cold water bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
Anthony Black on 4 defenders. Everybody got some.
This is the Morning Rush.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the Homestead Tax Credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The Homestead Tax Credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Do you need closure on your garage? Call Grit Garage Doors. Whether it's a new door, a squeaky closing sound, a broken spring, or just off track, Grit is who you can trust. Call Grit. There's no door Grit can't close. Local team, local service with honesty and integrity. Call Grit Garage Doors. 479-430-3667. That's 479-430-DOOR. Grit is who you can trust.
Has your spouse suddenly entered the transfer portal, going from a franchise player to a prima donna ready to take the money and run? Don't let her get away with a huge buyout. Be proactive. Call Mock Legal Solutions today to ask about custody, alimony, and child support. 479-769-1505. Because even in divorce, the best offense is a good defense. Mock Legal Solutions, real advice, reasonable price.
I think we should start seeing other people.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at CarpathSocial.com.
Nick Pringle had 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists earlier in the week against South Carolina. Can he keep this kind of performance and production going? And I'm not saying he has to have 15, but is what we saw against South Carolina, Ty, a one-off? Or is this a new Nick Pringle that will it's starting to unfold for the rest of conference play? What do we get Saturday? What do we get tomorrow out of Nick Pringle, who had, I think, his season's best game against South Carolina?
I think you might see him explode against Alabama, another former team of his. But, guys, there's only so many shots that can be taken in any given game. And I listen, he's not the best pick-and-roll player. He does a lot of things defensively that go unnoticed. I think it's a one-off. I mean, you might see him pop off once every 4 or 5 games, but it's not going to be consistent. You don't necessarily have to be. Like, again, you've got plenty of scoring. You need his defense more than anything. There is a stark distinction of Arkansas's defense when Malik Ewing is in there relative to Pringle. And Cal kind of talked about playing both of them, trying to wrinkling that in within SEC play. But no, to me, his scoring output. If you want to add his rebounds, yes, but no, you don't necessarily need his scoring output all the time.
His rebounds right there, Tommy, that's where he can make a difference. If he wants to go for 15 points every night, he has to grab about 10 rebounds every time he's out there and get those second chance points for the Razorbacks, grabbing offensive rebounds. If he wants to really make a difference, that's where he can, because like Ty said, he's not great in the pick and roll. He's never going to get ISO, down there on the post where they're just going to feed him the ball. It's not really his skill set. He's a defender, he's a rebounder, and he's a glass crasher. So that's really the way that he can make an impact on the game.
He had 7 rebounds, 6 of those offensive. I wonder how many of his 15 came off of rebound putbacks. Because I think if he's going to score, you're right, Ty, there's not a lot of shots. But how many out of 6 offensive boards, how many points should that result in?
I don't know. It depends on if you want him to kick it out
6,
to Malik.
8 points.
At least 6.
I'm not saying every time it's a rebound putback. So I'm not saying every time you get it underneath the rim you go up and dunk it. But for him, half of them, so if three rebounds should result in 6 points. That's what I was kind of thinking. So that's where he can, put 6 or 8 points a game together, perhaps, and give you some second chance points. Arkansas had 14 second chance points in that game the other night. to me, that's the value offensively for him. And I agree with everything else said. Defensively, you need this guy. But those 6 offensive boards, which, by the way, the team had 12. He had half of them, led the team by a long ways. Ewan had 3 of them. That right there is what you need more of. And that's what's going to lead to him being a 10-point-a-game guy for you.
And hopefully, again, that's what Cal said the other night. Just asked about, like, hey, are you okay? And, I mean, Nick's been around college basketball for 5 or 6 years. And
he scored 5. He scored 5 of his 15 at the line. So that tells you, that we're probably right on the number there. About 6 points, 5 at the free throw line. He was 5 of 9 from the floor. So I bet you 3 of those 5 baskets he made probably came off offensive stickbacks. So that's what you need more of with Nick Pringle.
All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Place you can watch the game tomorrow against Georgia, or the College Football Playoff National Championship Monday night, NFL divisional games this weekend. They've got 10 TVs at Cart Pass Social. Christian Olson, Nate Garahan put together an awesome facility. Go to cartpasssocial.com, 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Whether you just, you're an avid golfer and you want to play one of over 1,000 different golf courses, or you're just a guy or gal that wants to have a party somewhere. Well, Core State Groups can verify that their party situation is awesome. Click on the events tab of Cart Pass Social. You'll find out all the information. They're always doing league play, events. They've got the March Madness stuff coming up as well. It's always BYOB at Cart Pass Social. Go to cartpasssocial.com.
3 o'clock tomorrow for the game. 2:30, we'll have it right here for you on ESPN Arkansas and the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Is this another deal? Okay, we talk about splitting during the week, and you've won the South Carolina game. If you can, just split. Is this forget about the earlier game this week with Carolina? Is this a split the next 2 situation, or what's your mindset with Georgia and Vandy back to back? I know it's 2 different weeks, but road and then home.
Well, I think what you first do is you look at who else you tied with at first. Florida and Vanderbilt you're tied with, and one of those teams is going to lose this weekend because they're playing each other, right? And then you look at Missouri, who's on the road against LSU, maybe the worst team in the league. So you could see them winning. Texas A&M's at Texas. They could very easily fall to Longhorns. So, if you lose this weekend, it's not the end of the world because there's probably a team or 2 that's tied with you for first it's going to. Really depends on what you're gunning for. Are you gunning at this point? I think most of us think this team could at least have a chance to win. I don't know if I'm dead set on the idea of this team winning the SEC just yet based on just some road matchup difficulties that they're going to have. But it's not the end of the world, Tommy, to your question. I kind of expecting him to lose. I hope I'm wrong, but that's kind of how I feel right now.
At the end of this weekend, you have 3 out of your next 4 at home, too.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix. See our friends at QC Kinetix. If you got joint pain in your back, knees, shoulder, or hips, don't let 2026 go the same way you let 2025 go. Get moving again this year with QC Kinetix, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Several years ago, I got started with QC Kinetix. I had shoulder pain that wouldn't go away. With several office visits in not very many months, I was up and going and playing golf and doing the things I love with no pain, and they can help you. The future of medicine is here, and we're talking like PRP to attack the pain from the inside and get rid of that arthritic pain, that joint pain that won't go away. 479-999-1234. 999-1234 for QC Kinetix.
Showtime, Arkansas. Showtime, Razorback basketball.
I think what people have talked about with this team, and defensively you had a better performance against South Carolina. We'll see what you can do against Mike White and Georgia tomorrow. But it's the way they play. So the 3 points, they're the best team in the league right now in 3-point shooting, which is always fun when you can fill it up from distance. They get on fast break. They're a top 15 team in all of college basketball when it comes to fast break points. And also their bench is lethal. I think it's top 20 in all of college basketball too. So those are elements that people college basketball has really shifted towards. The quick pace, the 3-point shot, and that's really what Arkansas is in a composite this year. And that's why you heard John Sunbold and I forget who the play-by-play guy was the other night talk about it feels Mike Morgan. Does it feel like no, is it Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, and Michael Cooper and those guys back in the 80s? No. But this team is really exciting to watch because what is not fun is still having a good team like the Virginia, the old Tony Bennett style of basketball. Yes, you're going to win. Yes, you might be a good team in the NCAA tournament, but it's like the offense grinds things to a halt. That's not what this basketball team does.
So it just makes me think, what's more exciting? A fast break hammer dunk or a fast break three? What gets you going more? I mean, because both are big plays, both will bring the roof down with the way Arkansas runs it, and we see both, but what gets you out of your seat faster? That fast break dunk that Trevin Brazil hammers, or when they kick it outside and it might be Brazil again, hits the three from the corner?
I would say that it's still the dunk. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's 1 point less than what the 3-point shot is, but like there's nothing that gets an arena going like a fast break dunk. Whether it's Trev or Darius had one the other night, Carter's been on plenty of them, getting in passing lanes, Billy too. I mean, that's just like because you have obviously the vibrations from the rim, it goes throughout in the home crowd. And listen, I love fast break threes. It's the only thing I can do on a basketball court, but there is nothing better than a dunk on a fast break to get the crowd juiced up and going.
Yeah, and I think it's a little more demoralizing to the opponent, even though, like you said, it's one less point. But you get to see a number of those, both cases, because Arkansas in transition points is pretty good. The other night, 32 fast break points against South Carolina. You won't have that many against Georgia, but those are momentum-changing plays. Those are building-changing plays. 32, kind of tells you the story of the game. 32 of your 108 came on fast break points the other night.
Gavin says that the fast break dunk seems to be more demoralizing than the other team, more than the three here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brad says, got to go when Brazil comes in and slams it back. But
boy, those fast break threes can be daggers. I mean, they can be daggers, particularly at the end of the game. But fast break threes can lead to timeouts called by your opponent probably faster than anything.
And that's what Cal's talked about. He's like, why are we good at shooting threes? Well, we get in fast break, we get in transition when we steal the basketball. And again, that's not necessarily like free. And I didn't even mention an element of this team's free throw shooting. They've been pretty good. They were 81, 82% the other night against South Carolina. That's an element that Cal's teams have not always traditionally had. This team is different in that regard. So if I asked you, I said this weekend, you are only allowed one game you could watch between the NFL divisional playoffs, the national championship Monday night, or Arkansas-Georgia top 25 matchup. Which are you going with?
Monday night's national championship game.
Colton?
I'll probably choose the Razorbacks.
This is probably the first time I've favored a professional game over college. I would actually watch that Bills and Broncos game over any. I just really want to see if Josh Allen can keep, without Patrick Mahomes in the NFL kind of blocking him in the playoffs. Yeah. I want to see if he can keep it going. There's plenty to watch. There's more than that. You got Florida and Vanderbilt and some other stuff this weekend, but this is probably the first time I've probably favored something professional over college, to be honest.
Well, I get that, but I want to see if and I know Indiana's the favorite, and they're not really a true Cinderella, but in the mind of all of us, Indiana's a Cinderella. Miami is the brand name, and I want to see if the slipper still fits at the ball when the clock strikes midnight. I think Indiana's the team to beat. They're more physical on the defensive line. They're an SEC old school type team. They just beat the hell out of you at the line of scrimmage. I want to see if Indiana can finish this thing off. I think it's the best story we've had in college football in a long time.
That Hoosiers D line's pretty depleted right now.
Yeah, Daly's injured. He got jumping up and down or whatever. You know what I find fascinating is like the resurgence of football fandom in that state. I was talking to a friend that does their Locked On Indiana Hoosiers podcast, and it was basketball for 5 years, and now it's football. And like for a state that is so basketball dedicated, I mean, where Hoosiers was and everything else, it is wild to see how much has changed with just in the dynamics of that state.
Well, you mentioned all the things that we can watch this weekend. Hopefully you get to watch them all and not just pick one like Ty was suggesting. The Oaklawn Sports app will have them all there. College football championship game for Monday night. Divisional round NFL games over the weekend as well. College basketball throughout the weekend. You can find it all. And if you're a new customer, you're just now signing up with Oaklawn Sports, you can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. You get a second chance on your first bet each of your first 10 days. For up to $100 per day on second chance bets for the first 10 days. That's $1,000. There's a profit boost that's available for new and existing customers on qualifying 3-leg parlays with the Oaklawn Sports app. So download it now. Have it for the weekend. The Oaklawn Sports app. Bet with a brand you trust. Anywhere in Arkansas, bet with Oaklawn Sports.
Brandon Baker, Field of 68, joins us next.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com or call 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
All right, you're all set with a coat and scarf. Bundling up?
Yeah, it's freezing out there.
Want to bundle up some wins?
Wins?
It's the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. It's Powerball with Power Play, Lotto, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket, all for just $5.
Wait. 3 chances for 3 jackpots for $5? Bundle me up.
Ask for the $5 bundle today. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
This is the Morning Rush.
2026 is looking bright at Rath Auto Resources. Celebrate by driving away in one of our road-ready certified pre-owned cars, reconditioned and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our award-winning customer service, non-commissioned sales team, and painless pricing, we take the hassle out of the car buying experience, so you can focus on more important things, like that new gym membership, quitting smoking, or that other thing. Ring in the new year with a new ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
You know what's underrated? Having choices. Like, imagine not being able to choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell. Imagine you couldn't get a box of classics for $5, or Faves for $7, or a lavish feast for $9. Now with cheesy dipping burritos and creamy garlic sauce. Good thing all those choices are, like, actually real. So instead, imagine which you're gonna get. Choose your deluxe cravings box at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Founded in 1950, Crabtree RV Center has grown into one of the River Valley's largest RV dealerships, proudly serving Northwest Arkansas, specializing in sales, parts, and service. We're truly your one-stop shop for all your RV needs. Conveniently located with easy access to I-40 and I-49, we're 40 minutes from Northwest Arkansas and just as close to our friends in Oklahoma, carrying top brands like Grand Design, Coachman, East to West, and Forest River. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at GoForsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at GoForsgren.com.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Winter has arrived, bringing frothy mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we should see plenty of sunshine. Our high temperatures later on this afternoon, upper 40s to low 50s. Tonight, a decrease in the clouds, and overnight low will drop down in the mid to upper 20s. We should see sunny and cooler weather on Saturday, mid 30s north, low 40s south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for wine, specialty beers, and liquor, located at 12100 Highway 71 South in Fort Smith.
KERX Paris Fort Smith, broadcasting live from the Bush Light Studios. This is the Morning Rush.
This hour of the Morning Rush is powered by Bush Light. Bush Light, the coldest and smoothest light lager there is.
It's a beautiful morning. Rise and shine. You and your precious morning routine.
Routine. I like routine. Morning, hon. Shut up.
This is how I start my day.
And coffee?
Yeah, had some coffee. It throws off my whole day, starting with my morning talk.
Folgers is mountain-grown coffee, and the rich aroma of mountain-grown beans makes Folgers one coffee made with the morning in mind.
I wish I could tell you how I feel about a morning like this. And you say, Lordy, I hope everybody in the world feels as good as I do this morning. Why don't you get some Jimmy Dean sausage and get yourself a large chunk of that good morning feeling.
Live from the Bush Light Studios.
Produced by Colton Little
with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. This is the Morning Rush.
All right, it is hour number 2 of the Morning Rush here on a Fast Break Friday. We're going to talk some fast breaks with Brandon Baker, 40 Minutes of Hell podcast on Field of 68. A couple things I want to get into this hour as well. Guy bought a $26,000 ticket to get into the national championship game Monday night. How much you would spend. Best college football markets in the country. Some thoughts on Arkansas baseball, which is going to be here before we know it. And then also what Verizon is doing due to the outage yesterday, which people aren't happy with. We got plenty of stuff.
Yeah, that messed a lot of people up earlier this week. And I was talking to someone yesterday. They were still having trouble with their phone. Who was I talking to? They were on the Wi-Fi calling still yesterday, but yeah, that's been a couple of day event. Hey, it's Fast Break Friday. It's brought to you by QC Kinetix. You can revitalize the joints that are hurting you the most with orthobiologics. What in the world is that, Kraft? You don't know anything about orthobiologics. Here's what I do know. It'll make you feel better and it'll make you move better. So if hiking, golf, hunting, just working out, working in your garden, working in your yard are things you can't do the way you once did, use PRP to attack the pain from arthritis, from joint pain that won't go away with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. You can also use your FSA and HSA monies that you've put in those accounts towards these treatments as well. So that's one other thing to think about. 479-999-1234. I had shoulder pain in my left shoulder a few years ago, and in-office treatments with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime got me moving again. So make 2026 different than it's been for you in the past with a call to QC Kinetix, 479-999-1234. That's 999-1234 for QC Kinetix.
Let's imagine for a sec this is Arkansas taking on either the Hurricanes or the Hoosiers Monday night. What is the level of money? What is that threshold that you would be willing to let go in order to watch your team play in the national championship? That $26,000 mark, Tommy, I would pay that. I really would, because I don't think we're going to see them.
Spoken like a single man with no wife and kids.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't act like you wouldn't pay that.
For my team, probably $5,000.
No, you would go more than that. Come on.
Well, to ask me, I mean, it's, I don't know. We get opportunities to go to events a lot, so I haven't ever had to pay big money to see something I really wanted to see involving my team. Involving the Razorbacks. But I mean, I wouldn't give $1,000 to go to Monday night's game with Indiana and Miami. Would you?
Oh no, because it's not, like you said, it's not my team.
I mean, I'm not one of these that I've got to be there. Now, if the Razorbacks were in that game, I'd probably be emotionally driven, much different. But I'm not a FOMO. I'm not hey, I'm going to miss out on a field storming. There's things I want to go to. There's experiences I want to share, and it's a lot more about who I go to the game with. What we had at the tailgate, the high fives during the game. All those moments. Texas game recently, the Tennessee games, those were all fun and memories and experiences. I don't know. I mean, if they're playing for the national championship, yeah, I want to be there, but I'm not giving $25,000 up to do that.
I knew this text would happen. Jay says, "What if you paid $20,000 and they lost? That would be devastating." That's the most Razorback text that I think we've ever done on the Lewis Automotive Group.
But I would do a lot for that Klondike bar, Ty. To get to see them in the championship game, I'd spend all the money I had.
JT in Hot Springs, his wife said that she would allow him to spend $10,000 at tickets. That's $20,000 on tickets, probably $5,000 on hotels, food, and alcohol, whatever else. That's maybe not $5,000, but apparently the hotel prices down there are just outrageous too. My whole thought and on this is I think the Arkansas basketball team at some point, maybe not this year. I don't know if I'm, again, dead set on the idea that they go back to Indianapolis this year. But I have this idea in my mind that Arkansas baseball and basketball are going to get back to the pinnacle. And I just don't feel like that in Arkansas football. So if it happens in the next, I'm 31 right now. If it happens in the next 50 years, I don't know. I don't even know if there's a threshold that I wouldn't pay to be in person for that game.
This is good to know because, there is a limit to the number of credentials we get. So if Arkansas gets there, I can use one and Colton could use one because you're willing to pay $25,000.
It's a hell of an expense report.
Well, it won't be expense, no. But so it's good to know that you have the means and you're able and you're willing. More than important, you're willing because I'm not willing to do that at my age. So, I mean, and Colton's got a young kid, so you go ahead and fall on the sword for the Morning Rush team, and Colton and I will go on the credentials.
I don't think we're going to have to worry about that anytime football news-wise. Hopefully we will in basketball. Darren says...
Our best chance is baseball or basketball. Maybe that's a better Morning Rush question. Who do you feel like has a better shot at a national title right now? I'd probably still lean baseball, but it's at least a question now.
You know what's wild is after losing the National Player of the Year and everything else that DBH lost, they're still top 10. They're still top 5 according to whether it's D1 Baseball, Perfect Game. That is just amazing to me that they, as you said, they don't is it reload? What was it? It's they don't recruit; they just reload. And again, baseball is going to be here before we know it. Maybe this is a question our guest Brandon Baker will answer now. He's got the 30 Minutes of Hell podcast on Field of 68. Brandon, what is the and I know you're more of a basketball guy, so what is the largest amount of money you would pay to watch this team in Indianapolis for a national championship in April?
Oh man, you need a dollar amount right now? How much I would pay to go watch this team?
Oh yeah.
It's more than I care to admit, more than I think I want my wife to hear. So
yeah, because Brandon, if you say you're willing to do that for football tickets and your wife hears about it, well, so you wouldn't buy that car for me, or you wouldn't buy, whatever it is that she's wanting. So that's more important.
Right,
I mean, you could really paint your way in a corner real quickly. So you're a smart man to not answer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a budget for things like that, and I don't know that she has those tickets in mind. So
yeah, exactly.
Brandon, give us a sense tomorrow. You got two top 25 matchups in the SEC. Didn't think that Arkansas, Georgia, and Vanderbilt, that 2-game stretch would be the toughest they played to this point. What are your thoughts on this road matchup for the Hogs tomorrow?
I think both games, like you said, they're going to be tough, a lot tougher than expected, but both very winnable games. I think this next one coming up being on the road at Georgia gives me questions just because of how much the Hogs struggled last time they were on the road. Obviously, that's one of those burn the tape, maybe just a major fluke game experience against Auburn. But, we still have not seen this team play a ton of road games yet. So going up against a tough team like Georgia, I think just the road environment to me is the biggest question mark. I think that the Hogs are talented enough, good enough to beat and compete with a team like this. It's just about how they bounce back from the last road loss and how they travel well.
Is Trevin Brazile making a couple shots early and getting off to a confident start maybe one of the biggest keys for winning on the road in Athens?
Definitely think so. With Brazile, it's almost not even always that he has to have such a good game, but just that he is being aggressive as a scorer. And that doesn't mean forcing up shots, but hunting for his shots, making defenders respect him on the perimeter, and doing what he does probably best in getting out in transition, outrunning the other bigs on the team, right? Like when he's in that zone and at least hunting for those shots, I think it just opens things up for everyone. So just having him on the floor and not be in foul trouble, I think, is more important than him even scoring that much early. But on the road, they're going to need it.
Yeah. How much of the Darius Acuff success we've seen, we saw the 13 assists, we know about the points. How much of that is a result of DJ Wagner and what he does that kind of goes unseen and unnoticed a lot of times? But he does a lot of the dirty work on the defensive end to give Acuff, in my opinion, reserved effort, to do everything else he does. How much should we credit Wagner for some of Acuff's success that we've seen recently?
I think that's something that has really gone underappreciated, and not even just the work that Wagner does on the court, but when Boogie went down last year, this kind of became DJ's team from a point guard sense. And for him to come back this year and kind of, relinquish that role a little bit to Acuff and be able to take that step back into this more defensive, sidekick type role and still do it pretty well. Like we're still seeing him shoot the ball well, defend at a high level, do these things. I don't think it's talked about enough that a player that we've seen lead this team be able to kind of take that backseat role and still do things well and compete as well as he has when his role has shifted so much.
Brandon Baker's with us, 30 Minutes of Hell podcast on the field of 68. Brandon, I know you do a good job tracking kind of the roster in the offseason. I always appreciate just kind of getting updates and what's going on there. When you saw this roster put together, you mentioned DJ coming back, maybe some guys that aren't as talked about enough, like locker room chemistry and Ain Kelly, Amir Brown. Where did you think this team would be at this point in SEC play, now 3-1 heading into this game tomorrow?
With Calipari teams that are led by elite freshmen and specifically elite freshman guards, it can be hard to predict, right? Like last year we thought we were going to be maybe even better than we were, and it was because we had an elite freshman guard coming in that didn't pan out. There was injury, there was other things going on that we didn't get to that point. So this year I felt a little more reserved in thinking maybe a more wait and see approach with how does Acuff translate, how does Malik Thomas translate. And I think they've both kind of blown us out of the water for the most part. Acuff definitely, Thomas has been a little more streaky, but I did not expect them to combine to be quite as good as they are, to be perfectly honest. But I thought that the ceiling was always late, deep tournament run, Final Four type ceiling. It was just, I wasn't sure where our floor was until I could see these freshmen come together. And now I also think the floor is pretty high.
And Brandon, Cal's always had like a good post player and a good guard combo. And this team is more about those two guards you just mentioned, Malik and Darius. Is the only comparison when you think about it, like De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk? I guess Bledsoe and I think Brandon Knight were on the same team, but is there any comparison on Cal's teams or previous teams you see with two freshmen that you would liken these guys to?
Yeah, you said it. I think this is definitely the best he's had since De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk. But, you got, I think it was John Wall and Bledsoe. There was the Tyler Ulis and Jamal Murray combo that was really great on a great team. But, a lot of those teams did have, the Devin Booker and the Karl Anthony Towns and the DeMarcus Cousins and those other players that really supplemented the guards better. I say better, like those were NBA type players that were maybe don't quite have on this roster currently. When you look at maybe some of the production we've gotten from guys like Ewan and Pringle. But I think Brazile can be that type of player. And I think in the last game against South Carolina, we saw a little flash of how good the other two big men can be too. So maybe they can continue to help these guards out a little bit.
Brandon, what's your thoughts on the league? We're 4 games in around the SEC. Vandy wasn't thought to be one of the league favorites. I know they lost the other night and got a big one with Florida, but kind of what is some of your general thoughts on the top 4 or 5 teams you've seen so far in SEC play?
Yeah, Vanderbilt definitely a big surprise for me. Was not expecting that at all, but they look great. I mean, they keep proving it. I think it's hard to win against any team on the road in the SEC, so I don't hold that loss against them too hard. But I do think that if there was ever a year that Arkansas was going to compete and contend for a regular season SEC title, maybe an SEC tournament title, this is the year to do it, because a lot of these top teams are, relatively new. I mean, you've got Vanderbilt at the top playing very well, and then teams like, Missouri and A&M are both 3-1 in conference play. Florida has had a lot of hiccups. I think were the odds-on favorite in a lot of places to be one of the top 2 teams in the league. And then, you've got Kentucky's down right now, maybe bouncing back a little bit. Alabama's not the elite team we've seen them be. I think that this is the year that Arkansas should be able to go out and really compete for a title for the first time in a while.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a really interesting SEC tournament this year. We've been talking about games like Georgia, games like Vanderbilt. When you play A&M, just from a tiebreaker standpoint for conference tournament seeding, there's going to be a really good team that gets left out of that double bye. And I think, with so many teams in that group that you're only going to play one time, a game like Georgia, a game like Vanderbilt becomes a lot bigger than you might think in mid-January, just because of conference seeding and conference tournament tiebreaker scenarios. I think these games ratchet up even a few more notches, not just because of the rankings and the net rankings, but because of when you might play in Nashville.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I mean, you said it too. It boils down to, the rankings as well. But yeah, even the seed numbers that you're competing for in March at this point, these type of games make a difference against the Georgias on the road and Vanderbilt at home. Like, every SEC team is capable of beating another SEC team, especially on their home court. So can't take any games off in this league.
Brandon, we'll leave it there, man. Brandon Baker, Field of 68, 30 Minutes of Hell podcast, which you can listen and watch in there. Appreciate the time. Hopefully Arkansas has a successful outing tomorrow in Athens, Georgia at Segment Coliseum.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
All right, good stuff on that. You mentioned the SEC and just kind of the shakeup. I mean, when you think about Arkansas traditionally has had a lot to say when it comes to this league and who ultimately represents the crown for the SEC title regular season or at. Kentucky, though, being what they are this year, I know Florida's bouncing back a little bit, but I'm just curious, who's going to ultimately win this league? Are we going to see Vanderbilt do it? Does Georgia sustain the success that they've kind of had initially? It's going to be fun to watch this play out, Tommy, in these remaining 14 games.
I agree, and that's why I think some of these one-off games, I say one-off, you're only playing these teams that you might be competing for the second or the third seed in the SEC. You don't want to have to play an extra game because you lost one game in January, but somebody's probably going to have to do that. Hey, don't let a toothache ruin your weekend. Why wait till Monday for a dental emergency? See our friends at Valley Urgent Dental. They know your pain can't wait, so why should you wait on your dentist? If you got a broken tooth, a painful infection, maybe a sports injury from a game that's on Friday night, they've got you covered with Dr. Kendall Roberts and Dr. Doug Terry at Valley Urgent Dental. They're there when you need them the most. Most dentist offices are closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then they may not be able to get you in even on Monday. Well, Dr. Roberts and Dr. Terry can see you this weekend. 479-235-5655. That's 235-5655 for Valley Urgent Dental. Available on the weekends when your regular dentist is closed. Valley Urgent Dental, 5505 Upper Lane behind Golden Corral in Fort Smith. Don't wait. Your smile deserves immediate care with Valley Urgent Dental.
So I got another Dixon update. Unfortunately, there was a fire kind of around JJ's and Doe's that we shared with you yesterday. Hopefully everyone's
behind their
safe.
building.
Yeah,
that was a roaring. I've seen the videos. That was not a small fire.
Yeah. Well, another Dixon update for you, Tommy. Powerhouse has been demolished. We used to be a proper country. This was a place that I frequented, that so many others have frequented over the years, and is now no longer a thing. I think it closed in June of of 2023, if I remember that correctly. It's the only place I remember in Northwest Arkansas where they would limit you to a certain amount of drinks. Like you could only have 2 kilowatts. They would literally mark on you to make sure that you didn't drink more than that. I don't know. I guess the apartment complex parking lot is going in there for student housing. It's kind of a bummer. I know the phrase up there in Fayetteville is keep Fayetteville funky. I feel like Fayetteville's losing a couple of pastimes when it comes to something like Powerhouse. I was just kind of sad to see that, reading that, I think, on Fayetteville Flyer this morning.
It's been around. I mean, it was John Gruden's favorite place when he was in town. But, yeah, I mean, things change. Progress happens. There's not enough parking I was on Dixon the other day, and, I mean, it's just, you got to swipe your card. You got to mark your spot. You got all that, take a picture of your tag. That big lot that was there for kind of Walton isn't there anymore for the Walton Arts Center. So, I mean, parking's always a challenge down there. So, I mean, if you're telling me they're doing something for parking, I can't argue too much because Fayetteville does not have an abundance of parking in that area.
It sounds like it's just apartment complex parking.
I get it, but if they don't have that for that apartment complex, where do you think those people are parking?
Fair. That's fair. I know they're building. Where did I see this the other day? It was by the intramural fields that they're building in their parking lot. I was reading something a couple weeks ago about. I know there's another parking lot being built on the U of A campus. But, I mean, that's the biggest problem. We talk about student enrollment sometimes on this program, like Indiana's is going through the roof. Arkansas's running out of room. So if you're going to do stuff.
Well, you mentioned those intramural fields. They're kind of by the tennis center in that area, across from the gardens. Man, I was walking through the gardens to the Louisville game. I'm like, how much longer can the university afford to let this be tailgating for 5 or 6 days a year? For me to walk through it from my lot. I mean, at some point, are they going to? I mean, I know there's some drainage that runs through there and whatever, but that and then the property. You're right. They're running out of land to build things. They can probably make intramural soccer fields in a lot of other spots. But remember, I think that's where your next big facility is going to be built.
Remember that conversation that we had a year or so ago on this program where there was at least a thought or rumor out there that they might move the next basketball arena off campus? And I went on a tangent because I think that would be the dumbest thing ever. My thought was if you're going to do something, you ship the intramural fields off to the it's not the Tyson Poultry Center, but you know what I'm talking about, like that off campus off Garland. That area that's got all the fields and stuff. There's some other spots around there that are vacant. That would be the next move. Not necessarily to knock out the gardens like you're saying, but I think and listen, I had so many great times at intramural fields, won a couple championships out there, but at a time when the best thing,
what championships did you win?
Football. I was the center and offensive lineman.
Oh my God!
I'm just being honest.
The most useless player on the flag football field. And you're bragging about it.
Snap the ball, caught a couple touchdowns. Just being honest. But that being said, if you're going to do something long term, whether it's an arena or parking or something else, I hate to say it for every college kid listening, those on campus intramural fields might have to go. You might have to move them.
So there's not a lot of available land, so when you start talking about choices and what you're going to do, and I can't believe that they didn't get. I know it's probably a lot of student housing, but all the apartments have been built, I guess, south of MLK, going towards the baseball field. I can't believe the university didn't control all that at some point, but it is what it is. So
you'd have a split in the campus pretty much because you've got MLK and then
nothing you can do about it now. So. Nothing you can do about it now. Hey, Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. They're helping me get the weight off. I'm down 28 pounds, boys. 28 big pounds at this point. I need I'd love to have 28 more. I don't know if I'm going to get there, but 20 more would be awesome. And they're helping me with Vici Aesthetics and Wellness, not only with a weight loss program, but peptide therapy. Samorelin, glutathione. I'm on NAD+. And it helps with metabolism, and it helps with energy and so many other things. They got BHRT to help you feel balanced and energized as well. So what you need to do is call and set your appointment, 479-343-8424. You can go in the office, or you can do telemedicine, and they can get you started and do it that way. They customize the plan for you. So what might work for me might be different from the flag football champ here that might need something totally different. Maybe hormone therapy is something you need to think about. They can do all the testing, find out where your levels are at, and then do an implant. The pellets, you probably heard about those, that there's no weekly shot, there's no bi-weekly shot. It makes it so easy. They can do that, and it's a quick, painless in-office procedure. No hoops, no codes, nothing weird. You can just go through this program here with Vici Aesthetics and Wellness. I'll tell you what else. We'll go one more step for you. Get you 10% off when you tell them you heard about it here on ESPN Arkansas. All right, that's 10% off whatever you need to do, because we're not going to lock it in on one product because they want to customize it for you. 479-343-8424. 343-8424. Go to Vici Aesthetics and Wellness.com to learn more. That's VICI, Vici Aesthetics, AND, Wellness.com. So Vici Aesthetics and Wellness, and we'll keep you updated as I go through it, but this has worked great for me. A little over a month in. I've been working on the weight loss a little bit longer than that, and I'm doing it the right way. It's coming off slowly but steadily, and it's exciting to finally get on the scale and see the digital meter. That there isn't a needle anymore. It's all digital, but it's going in the right direction. So join me in my journey. You need to start yours as well. 343-8424 for Vici Aesthetics and Wellness.
All right, when we come back, SEC update, and can I share one more story about the Emerald thing? It'll take 30 seconds. Can I? Okay. All right, we'll do that when we come back. SEC update, some games this weekend. Arkansas won 2 top 25 matchups in college basketball, plus the best college football cities in America. Stay with us. It's the Morning Rush.
Fastbreak Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix in Bentonville. Get back to living your life.
Steal by the Razorbacks, knocks to the other end, and a throwdown.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. Learn more at Venmo.com/collegecard.
The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call today.
This is the Morning Rush.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. Got a lot going on during the week. I really don't want to leave the office, but my stomach's still a growling. Thankfully, my buddy Mitchell introduced me to DK Fit Meals. David and his team put together incredible meal preps for me each and every week. Mitchell, I'm sure glad you recommended DK Fit Meals.
And with Arkansas basketball season underway, finding time to cook every night just isn't that easy. So with DK Fit Meals, I've got meals that are ready to go in just a matter of minutes. Find your flavor at dkfitmeals.com. That's dkfitmeals.com. So easy, even Ty can do it. Fuel your life with DK Fit Meals.
The Golf Nuts' new state-of-the-art putting room is officially open. Come roll the best putters on the market, like Scotty Cameron, Lab, Ping, Odyssey, and Bettinardi, and leave with a stroke that'll scare your playing partners. Visit the Golf Nut for a great selection of Christmas gifts for your favorite golfer, like rangefinders, clubs, golf balls, apparel, or a gift certificate to the new indoor hitting bay or shop. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith.
You've been dreaming of that new workshop, horse barn, or extra storage space? Now let Sutherland's make it a reality. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. From deluxe post frame packages to custom horse sheds, we have it all. And the best part, you don't have to lift a finger. Our expert crews handle the entire installation. Quality you can trust and service that's been family owned since 1917. 4 stores in Arkansas: Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart. Visit Sutherlands.com or stop by your local store today for a free estimate. No matter the project, we're here to help, because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What'd you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally tried to hit the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas. Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Arkansas has not finished worse than 18-12 in the SEC since 2016. That's basically a decade of winning 18 or more games in SEC play every year. And there have been all kinds of different teams. There have been pitching-centric teams in there, hitting-centric, teams that got off to slow starts, teams that faded down the stretch. They always end up right there. I understand why you might question it a little bit, because there's a lot of unfamiliar names on that roster. But I just have a lot of faith they're going to end up right where they want to be. They just always do.
I remember that 2016 baseball season, the only time that DVH and company didn't go to the postseason. And then they came back, had a resurgence in 2017, go to the National Championship Series in 2018. But Tommy, again, listen to this.
Arkansas has not finished worse than 18-12 in the SEC since 2016.
In the toughest conference in all of college baseball, that there's not a better metric of model consistency than that you just heard right there.
They've been the best program. They just hadn't won a national title. I mean, Dave's talked about that numerous times in press conferences of all the things they've done in regular season play. We don't appreciate it anymore. I mean, because we're waiting on the one thing that we don't appreciate college. Honestly, we've gotten to the point where we think we're entitled to a College World Series appearance every year. I mean, let's be honest. We may not want to say it out loud, but that's where we're at. That's the monster he's built. We act like it's, they've reserved one of the 8 spots for the Razorbacks every year.
Which Razorback fans still go to Omaha.
Guess what? More years than not, he delivers. Recently, in recent years.
So that 2016, if you split the years, like if you go from 2003 when Dave got here to 2015, last College World Series, before 2016, they don't make it. And then in 2017, we've done the math. Like they're making it at a quicker pace to Omaha than they were previously.
What was it? It was 15 the year. It was 16 the year they didn't make it. After going in 15 kind of as a surprise. If I got my years right?
Correct.
They went and they lost to Virginia and Miami. I may not have the order on that right. Kind of a surprise team to get to the College World Series. Then the next year they didn't make the tournament for the first time ever under Dave.
Under Dave, yeah.
From that point forward, man, if you do the math from then forward and the changes he made with the coaching staff, the changes he made to the process and the way they recruited, everything, that's really damn impressive. What's happened from like 17 to now. You look at not even the last decade, 8-9 seasons. It is other than the national championship stuff, it's unmatchable.
Mm-hmm. And I
can't match it.
I have a feeling that same thought is going to be if Cal and company make it to the Final Four this year. I feel like that you might have that same thought of, well, if we don't make the Final Four, that's season's not where we want it to be. Yeah, but
I mean, both involve an incredible amount of good fortune that have to fall your way. But baseball, you feel like you got a little more control over it as long as you have your pitching.
As far as basketball goes this weekend, again, you're one of two top 25 matchups. You go to Athens tomorrow. Florida takes on Vanderbilt, two best games of the day. Florida Vandy's on at 1 o'clock on ESPN, and then you follow up that game on ESPN2. Other games include Texas A&M at Texas. Let's see. Kentucky against Tennessee should be a good one at 11 a.m. after Kentucky got a big-time win this week. We'll see if the Wildcats can sustain the success or if that was a one-off in Baton Rouge. Where do you think the best college football market is, Tommy, according to Nielsen?
Birmingham, Alabama.
You are correct. Number 1, Columbus, Ohio, and Dayton followed up in 2 and 3. You've got Greenville, kind of Spartanburg, Asheville at 4, and North and South Carolina. Little Rock is usually on this like top 20, top 25 list. They didn't crack the top 10. Tulsa and Oklahoma City are 5 and 6. Atlanta 7. Knoxville's 8. New Orleans is 9. And then Jacksonville is number 10 on this list.
Well, and that's based on share, right? Mm-hmm. You know, based on the share of the market, how many people out of 100 people, how many are watching the college football? Birmingham has always been one of the better markets, and we'll see if that sustains with that Alabama. I mean, who made the playoffs, still really good, but I mean, Nick Saban built that there, and that's why it has been, the dominant college football market for a number of years now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty great. All right, that is your SEC update here this morning on a Fast Break Friday.
Brought to you by our friends at LureNet.com, whether it's the Booyah Baits, the Bobby Garland, the Smithwick Original, Suspending Rattling Rogue, Rebel Yum, Bouillon more. It's all there on one convenient site that you can shop, have it shipped to your door, or you can see all the baits that they offer and then go buy them for yourselves at Bass Pro Shops, Academy, Walmart, or your favorite local tackle places like Jelco and Fort Smith. They have a big lineup of all the brands made right here in Arkansas by Pradco. That's LureNet.com for the full menu, and any order over $35 gets free U.S. shipping as well. That's LureNet.com, LureNet.com.
Have you seen what Verizon's doing? Feels like kind of YouTube TV-ish.
Spitting in your face, essentially.
And you're a Verizon customer, right, Cole?
I am.
Tommy and I are not. So they put this out, Tommy. Yesterday, we did not meet the standard of excellence you expect and that we expect of ourselves. To help provide some relief to those affected, we will give you a $20 account credit that can be easily redeemed by logging into the Verizon app. Now, like YouTube TV, instead of just, taking it off directly off the bill or sending someone checks, whatever, the intent is that a lot of people won't do this, so at least it looks good publicly, even though people are still ticked off. But in reality, they're like, okay, we can still save money because people are going to be too lazy to do this. What is the adequate way to actually...
Well, hang on.
Go ahead.
$20 bill credit, right?
Correct.
Colton, what's your Verizon bill for your phone?
Far more than $20 because I'm paying for the phones and the plan.
But you weren't out an entire month. I mean, on a prorated basis, that's a pretty good offer from them. So if your phone costs you, I don't know, I'm going to pick a number, $75, they're giving you 25% off your bill. And you were only out 2 days of service out of 30.
It's not good enough. What if in those 2 days of service I missed a text from my bookie that could have made me hundreds of thousands of dollars on an app? What if I missed
You're the reason people want to shut the doors on the retail business right there. It's all about, hey, to hell with whether Verizon makes any money and can stay in business so we have a phone or AT&T or anybody. To hell with that. I just want everything for free.
Why would I care about what big cell phone does? All those stupid maps they show, we got better coverage. We got better coverage. They're all the same cell tower. They're all the same
Because
coverage.
without them, you don't have a cell phone and you don't have any coverage.
I understand you have to pay the man. You have to do the respect to the big guy. I get all that. But what I'm saying is, look, there is no cause for concern for me. It did not interrupt my day at all. There were a couple of texts that I couldn't get from my wife that were very inconsequential at the end of the day. But
so they should give you
other
$10
people
then.
I'll take a little bit more.
Listen,
But for other people, it could have been a bigger deal.
I know.
And the thing is, Ty, is that it's not public. They're not texting me this on my cell phone number and telling me, hey, we're giving you $20.
Oh,
it's
that's
an
the other
email
element. Okay.
or it's something else. They're not letting me know in hopes that, like you said, the wool is just going to stay over my eyes. But I'm awake, and I'm here to get my $20
Here's the
back.
other thing. I see how many phone calls and texts you receive in a day. You would be going apocalyptic, Tommy, if this was AT&T. I have no doubt in my mind you would be pissed off about this.
I'd actually be a welcome break, but 25% off your bill for 2 days of outage seems more than reasonable as an offer. I mean, if I'm right, is your phone bill somewhere around $70 or $80?
No, it's more than that. I'm paying for the phone and the plan. I have to pay off the phones as well.
Mine's
I bought.
70.
But you're not. But the phone has nothing to do with the plan.
But you're asking about my total Verizon bill. It all gets put together.
Your plan bill is probably around that or maybe even less. But I don't know what you expect them to do. Other than they can't just give away a month's revenue.
My wife balances the checkbook. I don't even know.
I know we got to go real quick. Fellow Gentryan, is that how you say it, Colton?
Gentryite.
Either Dylan texting in says, think about all the money people lost out on a business because they couldn't take phone calls.
That's right. Thanks,
$20.
Hey, so things happen. I mean, sometimes we have issues that take us off the air. I mean, things. I'm more sympathetic. Things happen.
We don't charge people to listen to us. We don't charge them 5 cents a minute like back in the day.
And we never will.
It's always going to be $3.99 here. I don't know. I'm surprised.
I don't know what y'all expect.
I thought you would come in guns hot on this, but I guess since it didn't affect you, to heck with all the Verizon
No, but
customers.
they gave you 25% of roughly 25% of your bill. Free gratis. I mean, I don't know what more you.
But it's the emotional damages that I'm looking to take. It's the emotional damages.
I'm surprised by
that. Yeah, I mean, we charge advertisers to we make sure those commercial messages are made good when that happens. So, I mean, I guess if you've never, I don't know, maybe you don't get it if you haven't been in that position. But you can't just give everything away and stay in business. I mean, if you want a cell phone, you got to pay in order to have it, and they have to make money in order to provide it.
I will take up for the little guy and the mom and pops. I'm
Thank
not
you.
going to take up for a large corporation.
Thank you. That's
and
right.
Making money. I'm done.
Because mom and pop,
Tommy
there are no mom and pop cell phone companies. All right. I mean, we're not changing tires here. We're not changing oil. We're not. There's mom and pop grocery stores. Love those kind of. There are no mom and pop cell phone companies. All right, T-Mobile's as close as you're going to get. So I mean, when you run a business, you got to make money so that you can keep doing business with that company has to make money. So
got to be a suit.
Anyway, hey, real quick, no horse racing this weekend at Oakland, so we won't be talking to Lang. Brothers Roofing's still there. If you need anything involved in roof, they just put a roof on for my mom this week, and she is ecstatic about it. So 479-353-3877. The previous roofer didn't even put water and ice barrier underneath like they're supposed to. That's why she's been having some leaks. Had to get a whole new roof. Insurance wouldn't cover it. It was just a bad deal. But they took care of her. Great price, great service. Like a one-day turnaround when they got started. It was awesome. 353-3877. For Brothers Roofing and Restoration, 479-353-3877. All right, more to come here on the Morning Rush. Got some news for you on the other side of the break. Want to also invite you to call our friends at Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is their number. At Gaston's, they'll take care of you with winter rates right now, up to 40% off on the winter rates at Gaston's. So right now you'll save a lot of money on the lodging. It gives you more money in the budget to fish and enjoy all the other things at Gaston's. Restaurant will reopen in a couple of weeks at the end of the month for the final weekend of the month and help you take care of that as well. 870-431-5202. Ask about winter rates. The area around State Park reopens at the end of the month for the 1st of February, so it's just a great time to book your trip to Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
It's Fastbreak Friday on the Morning Rush, brought to you by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Ahead to Billy Richmond for a one-hand slam. To this fan base, from my heart to yours, that was the most phenomenal showing I ever witnessed, not only in our program, but in the history of college football.
This is the Morning Rush.
2026 is looking bright at Rath Auto Resources. Celebrate by driving away in one of our road-ready certified pre-owned cars, reconditioned and backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our award-winning customer service, non-commissioned sales team, and painless pricing, we take the hassle out of the car buying experience, so you can focus on more important things, like that new gym membership, quitting smoking, or that other thing. Ring in the new year with a new ride and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. RathAutoFortSmith.com.
You know what's underrated? Having choices. Like, imagine not being able to choose your Lux Cravings box at Taco Bell. Imagine you couldn't get a box of classics for $5, or faves for $7, or a lavish feast for $9. Now with cheesy dipping burritos and creamy garlic sauce. Good thing all those choices are, like, actually real. So instead, imagine which you're gonna get. Choose your Lux Cravings box at Taco Bell today. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Wave Rural Connect has some exciting news. Our service is now available in a brand new zone covering parts of Midland and Montreal. If you're along Highway 45, 252 or 253, or on Douglas Road or Slaytonville Road, you can get fast, reliable fiber internet today. Don't miss out. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Wave Rural Connect. Internet that works when you need it most.
Winter's here, and as the temperature drops, energy use can go up. That means so can your bills. At Arkansas Oklahoma Gas, we know managing energy costs isn't always simple, and we're here to help. We offer practical energy-saving tips, convenient payment options, and connections to assistance programs to help you through the season. Whether you're planning ahead or looking for extra support, our team is ready to help you explore your options. Learn more at aogc.com/winter.
Winter in Arkansas means more adventure and more savings when you stay at Arkansas State Parks. Book now for 15% off your next stay at a state park lodge or cabin. Just use code WINTER15 at arkansasstateparks.com now through February 3rd to save 15% on your stay. Brought to you by Arkansas State Parks, the station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association. Some restrictions apply. Visit the website for more details.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
If you work the land, Wheeler Power Sports and Kawasaki want to work for you. The Kawasaki Agriculture Sales Program is delivering exclusive farmer incentives on Kawasaki off-road vehicles. Save $250 on a brute force. Save $500 on Kawasaki mules. And $750 on Kawasaki Ridges. This program runs through March 31st, and it can be combined with any other Kawasaki promotion. All you need is a registered farm ID, ag tag, exemption, or co-op membership. Wheeler Power Sports in historic downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about. A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Can't have a game day without Eddie. Eddie, bring us the hog train, baby.
Can you hear that whistle ever blowing now? Because come 6:30 tonight, fan base, listen to this. It's only blowing loud. I went to my 2:30 this morning as I watched the sunrise and the wind start to blow. You know, I went to Cheap Trick first. The difference in this team and last year's team is night and day. When did I go to the plane? I can feel the flames now because we got players. And this is for you guys, the most on both sides of the ball. On defense and offense, can you feel the flames, family?
Terrible news. I got a few texts last night. Unfortunately, the story's been corroborated this morning. Eddie in Clarksville passed away. It's nothing we love sharing this morning, but just figured we kind of owed that to our audience because we've gotten a few texts already this morning.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie was someone I think a lot of fans identified with, and he said the parts that, you know, maybe the rest of us didn't have the guts to say out loud, but he said it out loud what a lot of us were thinking. And there's no question about his allegiance. Just, I mean, terrible news. I got a text last night about it, and then we got some confirmation this morning on it, and just hate to hear of his passing yesterday in Clarksville. But what we'd give for one more call from Eddie. So it was good to hear that rejoin with all of Eddie's calls were highlights. Mm-hmm. I mean, there were no bad Eddie calls. I mean, if you went to a folder of Eddie from Clarksville calls, there were no bad ones.
Yeah, hog train.
Good morning, Jim. Good morning to this fan base and to this team. Listen to this. I've been ringing the bell for the last 2 or 3 weeks to get you to answer the bell in the heavyweight match that just took place at Bonham Stadium between 2 SEC heavyweight contenders. And what did you do yesterday? You answered the bell in a big way. Now, the hot train is headed back to the Barclays Center in Omaha. And we're going there, as I said the last couple of weeks, with a purpose, with a mission to bring back the College World Series back to Bonham Stadium and to this great fan base.
I don't think I've seen my brother happier than when he met him in Dallas. Tommy, got a chance to meet him for the first time. He actually drove up and did a radio show with us one morning, I remember. There's been other interviews. I know
we were in Bentonville. He did a couple, about two hours of our show with us.
Clay, there's an iconic picture from Jerry World of Clay and him. Clay's here in our studios now working on some stuff. I think about the game prior to Texas A&M when he's meeting with Drew Amon of Pig Trail Nation. I just kind of went in a rabbit hole this morning, was going back and listening to some old clips. So for Eddie's family, for friends, just know we're thinking about you, and I just hate this is horrible news to share with Razorback Nation this morning.
And you know, there's no good time. We kept putting it off because we didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
You know, we had planned to do this earlier in the show, and you know, no one wants to deliver terrible news. Mm-hmm. But Eddie, no one loved the Hogs more than Eddie, and we're gonna miss his phone calls. So
no question.
So
about
just
it.
terrible news. No way to transition from this, but just thoughts and prayers for his family. It is never an easy time going through something of this nature. Fast Break Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix. 479-999-1234 is the number. 999-1234 for QC Kinetix, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine and biologic treatments. Orthobiologic treatments. They can take the healing properties from your body, whether it's in your knee, your back, your shoulder, your elbow. Got a friend right now who's got some elbow arthritis, tendonitis, just killing him. QC Kinetix, they can help relieve that pain. 479 999-1234. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime, and they're right here in Northwest Arkansas to help you. 999-1234 for QC Kinetix.
All right, we've got halftime Phil Elson, Matt Jones. I know that Phil and Eddie had quite a relationship just via text and calls over the years. And, again, Eddie's been a staple of our lifetimes for seems like over a decade, more probably 2 decades, to be honest. So if you got any thoughts on them, I know that that halftime will be more than happy to take your calls and text throughout the show, as well as probably Ruskin and Zach too. Appreciate everyone joining us today. Bud Light More Than Rush podcast is going to be out. Had a chance to talk some Arkansas basketball. Big game tomorrow, 2:30. You'll hear Chuck and Zeke courtside in Segment Coliseum. Tommy, we'll see if you can get another top 25 to win tomorrow against the Bulldogs.
It'd be a great one for net rankings, be a bigger one for SEC conference standings as well.
Yep. All right, that's going to do it. Halftime, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Big C on the way.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479